Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is my movie review for Amsterdam. Now, Amsterdam stars Christian Bale, John David Washington, and Margot Robbie, but I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so I watched it because I wanted to see Taylor Swift. And it didn't disappoint, at least she didn't. She turned in an actual pretty good and effective performance because, she almost is like the inciting incident of this movie, which was kind of cool. So let's go over to the IMDb here, and I'll go through the cast for Amsterdam. Now, it is a bit long. Here's the synopsis. In the 1930s, three friends witness a murder, are framed for it, and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. Now, it's only two of them, not three, so that's a bit of a not an accurate synopsis, but I'll tell you this. The initial standouts, I saw this last night. I had my initial review out yesterday. It's up on the channel right now. My initial impressions was that I actually had fun with it. And Christian Bale is a real standout here. His performance, wow. He just sucks you in with every scene that he's in, with what he's doing. He's a war veteran who's got like scars on his body that causes him pain and stuff like that. And he's just a great performance. And Margot Robbie, of course, was fantastic as well. John David Washington. We haven't seen him since, Tenet, right? But he was good in this movie as well. It's the trio of them that are really cool, and which is why I would say go and watch this movie. Now, I know it's directed by David O. Russell, and I know that some people out there are kind of like, well, he's not our flavor. Because he's got some controversy behind him, but guys, don't pay attention to that. The cast is great. The cast is fantastic. You got Anya Taylor-joy in there. Chris Rock is actually pretty good in this movie too. Matthias Schoenaerts is in this. Mike Myers and Michael Shannon, they're kind of like a weird duo there that show up. And Mike Myers, he actually turns in an interesting performance. If you liked him in things like Inglourious Bastards, he's like that times 10 in this movie. So it's kind of like cool. And Michael Shannon, he's always good. I didn't even recognize Timothy Olyphant in this, man. I didn't. He plays, a weird character. I didn't even recognize him. The Marshal from Mandalorian. Oh, yeah. And of course, Taylor Swift, Liz Meekins, Rami, Malek, Zoe Saldana's in this. You almost forget how big this cast is, especially when Robert De Niro shows up. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot that he's in this movie. But for me, guys, Taylor Swift is why I wanted to go see this, because when I went to the theater, and I was kind of like, well, I hear bad things about it. I hear the Rotten Tomato meter's not the greatest out there, but I'm going to go check this out anyway, because, that's what I want to do. And seeing her on the screen right away was what, it brightened my day up, for sure. Okay, so let's just get into what's going on here with the Rotten Tomatoes score and see what they have pulled up for it, because that's where my hesitation came in, right? With the Rotten Tomatoes, Amsterdam, 33% by the critics. That's not good. 68% by the audience, and I'm siding more with the audience here. Guys, I'll tell you this straight up. Amsterdam is not a bad movie. It's not a terrible movie. It's well shot. It's well acted. I'd say it's fairly well directed. It's very abstract. Some people may have issues with perhaps the story. Like the story perhaps is a little too on the nose at times as to what's going on in current political times. So if you're not into that, then this will rub you the wrong way perhaps. But hey, I was expecting, when I went into it, I was expecting a 33% movie, and it wasn't that. It definitely was not a stinker, which caught me by surprise and actually made me happy. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews from the Times UK. Says, terribly written by Russell and obtusely edited. Huge gaps between lines. It's mostly an endurance test, but wow, those faces. The editing, perhaps I could see that some people would think that the editing is a little bit mixed, but once you get used to it, guys, it's kind of like a Baz Luhrmann film. Once you get used to that quick kind of stuff, it's fine. From the New Yorker, Only it's milder moments when Russell is not trying too hard to be madcap or to badger us with dark political portents does Amsterdam stir and convince. See, and then again, there's somebody who said, if you don't like the political stuff, then you may not like it. Time Out. Let's take a look at a good one here. Time Out says, what Amsterdam lacks in tight storytelling, it more than makes up for in exuberant, happy-go-lucky spirit. And that's the spirit of this. Like, when you get to meet Anya Taylor-joy and Rami Malek, then it really takes off, right? I'll tell you this. The editing for me, as some people may not like it, the editing actually, I found like it was actually very well handled. Because the pacing of it, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. Oh yeah, so Chris Rock is there. He's just, so they all belong to this regiment in the army. This guy here was their general. He ends up dead in the beginning of the movie. And then it kind of goes back in time to explain how John David Washington and Margot Robbie and Christian Bale all became friends. Taylor Swift is the daughter of the general. And God, she's tall. I hope they show her in this trailer. I don't know if they will or not. But yeah, it's got quirkiness all around, like the weird characters that show up at times. This guy right here, you'll recognize him from Jurassic Park 3, and he is Castor Troy in Face Off. So you'll definitely see some, yeah, you almost forget that he's in this movie when he shows up. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot that he's in this. But, you know, they say it's based on some real events. I don't really care about that. But yeah, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, they show up in this, and it was just fun. It was like, that's what made it worth watching. Margot Robbie, stunning. John David Washington was cool. Chris Rock was good. Zoe Saldana, a little bit of a loose thread with her storyline. I would give that. I'd give that to you guys. Yeah, Timothy Olyphant. I didn't even recognize him. I forgot that that's him. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and there's the Taylor. The goddess that we all know and cherish, Taylor Swift. And she does good for the small performance that she's in this movie. She kind of like helps kick this movie off. And I got to tell you this, Amsterdam, don't let people tell you it's as terrible as that is. If you are a fan of Taylor Swift, then you want to check this out. If you're a fan of Christian Bale, you'll want to check this out. Because it's definitely worth it, guys. It's 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I got that. No, I don't have that. All right. Hellraiser trailers next. Or sorry, Hellraiser reviews next. But Amsterdam, guys, don't let people tell you this is as terrible as it is. There's some good value in there. If you're a student of acting, you want to study Christian Bale and what he's doing in this, because that was cool too. Is it one of the best movies of the year? No. No, it's not. I would give Amsterdam a 7 out of 10. And that's mostly due to the acting. So that would be, 68% by the audience. So yeah, that's just about where I would be at. 7 out of 10 for Amsterdam. Go see it because of the cast. Go see it because of the acting, guys. And if you are a Swiftie, you won't be disappointed. She does a great performance, and it'll leave you shocked as to what she does too. It's kind of like, ooh. Anyway, guys, Amsterdam. Are you going to go check it out? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it here on Mirror Domains.